It is 11 days before the election on December 7th. Everything shows, ladies and gentlemen, that the New Patriotic Party's candidate, Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, will win a first-round victory. We in the NPP are humbled by this widespread embrace of Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia's bold solutions as the best way forward for Ghana. We entreat voters nationwide to turn out in large numbers to give Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia and the NPP the mandate to implement the policies we have proposed in our bold solutions for job and business. Today's briefing comprises 5 themes. 1, economic recovery and growth, educational skills and development, agricultural development, social interventions, and access to healthcare. Ladies and gentlemen, Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia has been described variously, but most importantly as a generational thinker and a doer. We've all observed how he's distinguished himself as the vice president in the last 8 years. That is why, as a vice president, Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia has led over 30 projects which has been implemented successfully. And chief among these projects are the National Identification System, it's a Ghana card. This afternoon, I think much later yesterday, as I was having a conversation with some friends of mine who were telling me about how Nigeria is also venturing into the national identification card in the mold of what we have done here in Ghana. Mobile money payment interoperability, the medical drone system or the medical drone service, the National Health Insurance app, and the digitized motor and insurance database, and the Ghana.gov platform. Very recently, I hear also that the United Kingdom is also experimenting with a medical drone service, which we in Ghana has been implementing, which has been working for Ghanaians since 2018, 2019, thereabout. Tells you that we are doing something right in Ghana, and Dr. Bawumia is leading that charge for Ghana. Through these remarkable initiatives, Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia demonstrates his leadership and understanding of global trends and how to ensure Ghana stays competitive. The NPP's 2024 manifesto, reflecting Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia's vision, outlines a thorough strategy to sustain Ghana's economy, improve social welfare, and set the stage for sustainable development. Here are some key highlights of Dr. Bawumia's vision for Ghana's next chapter, which is the NPP's manifesto for the 2024 election. Economic recovery and growth policies. Dr. Bawumia's economic blueprint is designed to stabilize the city, attract investment, and foster economic growth. He outlines a comprehensive policy to transform Ghana's economic landscape through innovation, inclusivity, and sustainable development. Let me read out some of the detailed components of the recovery, the economic recovery, and the growth policies. 1, digital economy and innovation. Expanding digital infrastructure to promote a tech-driven economy is the cornerstone of his vision. Dr. Bawumia emphasizes initiatives like e-government services, online commerce, and ICT training to boost Ghana's competitive edge. The Ghana card system will be further integrated to strengthen financial inclusion, transparency, and the delivery of government services for Ghanaians. Plan will expand digital platforms to increase revenue mobilization and transparency while minimizing corruption. The proposal to abolish, ladies and gentlemen, taxes on digital payments, such as the e-levy, aims to encourage a cashless economy, fostering efficiency and financial inclusion. B, tax reform for business growth. The Bawumia plan proposes a robust mechanism to stabilize the economy. The gold purchase program would address underlying issues like currency depreciation to lower the cost of living for Ghanaians. Closely associated with the currency depreciation is import. The Bawumia plan will escalate the implementation of the 1D, 1F initiative, which is a significant undertaking to promote import substitution. The plan to introduce a flat rate tax regime and a historic tax amnesty for businesses and individuals. The flat rate tax code would increase domestic revenue mobilization through enhanced compliance and an expanded pool of taxpayers. The tax amnesty will stimulate business reinvestment, which would in turn drive production and create meaningful jobs for Ghana's youth. Ladies and gentlemen, the Bawumia plan would simplify the tax code and VAT, making compliance more accessible, thus increasing revenue. D, public-private participation, as PPP. Dr. Bawumia proposes increasing the use of PPPs for large-scale infrastructure projects such as transportation, energy, and housing. This approach is intended to leverage private sector resources to extend the reach of the government's annual capital expenditure budget to do more for Ghanaians. The plan will make PPPs integral to delivering infrastructure, better fiscal policy, better managing fiscal policy, and attracting foreign direct investment. And this would ensure productivity will increase the ability of the government to meet the varying needs of Ghanaians and will accelerate development for Ghanaians. E, export diversification and industrialization. The plan will promote non-traditional exports and develop local industries to reduce export dependency and strengthen the cedi against the dollar. Building on the One District, One Factory initiative, Dr. Bawumia's plan aims to foster industrial growth by creating district-level factories to what has been created already or has been established under His Excellency Nana Dankwa Akufo-Addo to continue to add value to raw materials, particularly in agro-processing and other export-driven industries. F, support for SMEs and local businesses. Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia's plan includes creating an SME bank to address financing needs, harmonizing port charges, and introducing tax incentives for Ghanaian startups. A favorable tax regime and a simplified process aim to empower small businesses to thrive. A shift in electricity tariff is proposed, where commercial rates will be equal or lower than residential rates, supporting industries and businesses to boost productivity. Second theme that we want to talk about today is education and skills development policies in our manifesto. To align education with the needs of the jobs market and the general direction of the economy, Dr. Bawumia, in his vision, proposed the following. Continuation of the free SHS policy. The free SHS policy has expanded access to education for generations of Ghanaians and many more to come by eliminating the cost barrier that hitherto had excluded many thousands, if not millions, from accessing secondary education. Technical and vocational training. TVET institutions have been revamped to meet the demands of industrialization and address unemployment through practical skills training. And this, I want to add here, is also part of the free SHS. So it's not only grammar school, but technical vocational training is part of the free senior high school policy. And Ghanaians children or students who are participating in this policy are being built and enhanced for the future jobs market. Coding and robotics in schools. Bawumia plans to integrate technology education into the free SHS curriculum to prepare students for the digital economy. This plan underscores his vision of preparing the Ghanaian youth for the demand of the global digital economy. Mahama's tenure, ladies and gentlemen, lacked similar forward-looking educational reforms, leaving significant gaps in technological adoption and skill development in our system. Entrepreneurship training. Establishing skill-building programs for the youth to foster innovation and create sustainable jobs. Bawumia's educational policy, which emphasizes entrepreneurship and skills training, aligns education with economic empowerment and promotes innovation and self-reliance. Former President John Dramani Mahama's proposal do not address youth unemployment through targeted education and training reforms. The third theme, agriculture policies for development. Dr. Bawumia envisions a modernized agricultural sector to improve food security and rural livelihoods. Expansion of irrigation infrastructure. Building large-scale irrigation projects to support all-year farming. Bawumia administration will invest massively in irrigation expansion programs to manage and rehabilitate existing systems and improve access to mechanized farming, mechanized farming to boost productivity and promote commercial farming in Ghana. A key component is soil fertility initiative, implementing soil enhancement programs to boost crop yields and productivity. And this will ensure profitability, especially for rural small-scale farmers, smallholder farmers, and our usual rural farmers would increase their profitability and ultimately will improve the quality of rural life. Mechanization support, providing farmers with affordable access to modern farming equipment to increase their efficiency and productivity. Agro-processing industries, promoting the establishment of processing industries to add value to agricultural products for local consumption and export. Emphasis will be placed on empowering small-scale and women farmers with better access to credit, insurance, and training in modern agricultural practices. One of the key things that we'll see disappear is the under Bawumia administration would be the perennial gluts in production, where we see a lot of tomatoes, we see a lot of watermelons and other fruits that are left to spoil. The intensification of the One District, One Factory agenda and the particular focus on agro-processing will ensure that all these produce that are produced yearly are leveraged and are processed for domestic use and for export. Food security and price stability, and all of us are concerned about that. Inflation recently, we all are thankful that it's come down from a very high 54.1 in 2022. Today it's come down considerably and it's trending down. The hope is that it will continue to come down. And this has not come down just because they wanted to, but they've come down because specific policy regimes are put in place to ensure that food, which is a key driver in the computation of the inflation measure, is actually dealt with, and we are trending at a point where these will continue to come down and food prices will be affordable and low for Ghanaians. The Bawumia plan will finance farmers to expand food production, processing and storage, to stabilize food prices, and ensure a steady supply in the market by working with the Development Bank of Ghana and other financial platforms. The fourth theme is social development policies. Recognizing the economic hardship faced by many Ghanaians, Dr. Bawumia proposes pragmatic measures to alleviate poverty and improve living standards. And most of you are aware, under a Bawumia administration, more resources will be allocated to the National Rental Assistance Program, which currently supports a significant number of Ghanaians, especially young people, who are starting up in life to afford accommodation in our big cities and towns. That will be intensified and that access will be brought. And coupled with some strategic investment to boost our housing stock, will be in a position to overall lower the cost of accommodation and access to it.